Now we begin. Actually, I started that muted. So, let us begin the final role quest. Ah, hello there. I take it you've spoken with Brook Evu. Willing to lend a hand? That's why I'm here. I am truly grateful. Then allow me to introduce myself. I am Shishepia, and I have traveled far from my village in the forests of Zaktural in search of a brave soul to help us retrieve our stolen treasure. For generations have my people watched over the Dreamweave cocoon, the vessel in which the power of the Swallowtail Taral Vidral is sealed. Before its ascension, the Swallowtail warded off would-be predators by assuming the form of a more threatening butterfly, poisonous ones and the like, through its skill at mimicry. So it survived day after day, summer after summer, till the dawn of its great new existence. It became capable of taking on the form of any creature which crossed its path. Alright, shapeshifter, got it. This fearsome power was sealed within the cocoon, and any who possess it command the self-same abilities. Indeed, the wielder, too, may assume the form of all manner of beast or man they beheld. Yet this mimicry is not limited to merely physical forms, no. The wielder may replicate the talents and abilities of their target, so long as such actions fall within their ken, that is. In an instant, you may become a master of the hunt, a twin-blade-wielding viper, or a savage brax with claws and fangs to gut whatsoever they please. It is this power which has protected my village from predators of the forest, for though it grants many boons, the forest contains threats in equal measure. By donning the skins of its most formidable beasts, we've kept ourselves safe for generations. Without the cocoon, my village's very survival is at risk. That is why we have sent our foremost hunter, Latoka, to ensure it is reclaimed. Or is that Latoka or Itoka? I think it's Itoka. She has never failed to capture her quarry, so I thought she would make short work of this ordeal, yet there has been no word from her. I fear this may be a hunt she cannot undertake alone. It is for that reason I wish to enlist the aid of another more familiar with the lay of the land beyond the Great Sea, one whose prowess in close quarters would complement her expertise with the bow. One of the villagers ran into the thief before she fled, and said he intended to use the cocoon's power in Kugane, which I understand is the name of a large settlement located far, far to the east. I mean, technically, if this is a round world, you're on the other side, so technically you could also say it's on the west. If you go the other way, you go all the way around, you know? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Please, for the sake of my home, set out on for this eastern habitation and assist Itoka with retrieving the cocoon. Alright. Leave it to me. Kugane, I hardly knew her. Your willingness to aid is most reassuring. You have my heartfelt thanks. Upon arriving in the eastern land, search for a Vieira woman carrying a bow and dressed in similar attire to mine. So, mountain man hobo, got it. If you visit a tavern like this one, I dare say you may find someone who has seen her. Yeah, we good. Going to Kugane. I love Kugane. From the good part of Stormblood. Still have not gotten that. Yeah, this particular sightseeing destination, so it requires you basically climb up this entire tower, which is basically a jumping puzzle, a platforming puzzle, and then jump off and land exactly on this. And it's hard enough just to get to the fucking top of it, but then you have to actually make the jump. Yeah, nah. I'm good. I'm good. Well good. Welcome to the Shiozaki Hostelry. Hostelry, rather. How may I serve you? You're searching for someone. As a matter of fact, I do distinctly remember seeing a Vieira woman of that description earlier, but I'm afraid I cannot tell you where she may be now. Alright, so she passed through. Alas, from Tural, was it? Sorry, I can't help you. Reminds me, though, I heard Tural has its own local variety of spirits called mezcal. I've been meaning to taste it for myself. For an age now. I have no idea how hard it is to get one's hands on a bottle of it here. I've heard that in Tural they have this rare, ground-fermented spirit. They call it Jenkum. I must try that. Are they up top? They're on the floor, are they? Yeah. I have been meaning to try this black tar heroine. A heroine bearing a bow? Why, yes, I do recall such a person. It was hard not to notice her, really, given how she was peering at every little thing. If she came from a distant land to the west, no doubt Kugane is quite the unusual sight for her. With any luck, she'll still be where I saw her, in the vicinity of the Sekisagumi Barracks. I think I know where that is, right? Oh, certainly not that one. Well, it'll tell me where it is. One of these days. Maybe I should just do a full stream of just trying to get this stupid sightseeing thing. Maybe one of these days. Like, it has to do with these little steps. You have to, like, jump on to get up to the top. It's... I mean, I could do it. It's just one of those things I would have to, like, have some kind of, like, incentive. I don't need the experience. Could do that as a challenge stream at some point. Maybe that should be a milestone for the charity. We already have desert bosses, the 1,000. Maybe, the Kugane Tower climb should be a challenge. For like 500 or something, or 200. I don't know. We can figure something out. Maybe every 200 I do a challenge of some kind, if we can raise the money. Might work. Might work. This city is simply too large for me to cover alone. Perhaps it's time I returned home. Itoka? Yes, I am she, and you are? The savior of the goddamn universe. I see. Shishepia always was a worrywart. Don't deny I appreciate the help, though. Ascertaining the whereabouts of the cocoon has been no easy task. I managed to secure a room and board in these lodgings after arriving in Kugane, and have been using it as a base to track down the thief ever since. I'll tell you all I know. According to eyewitnesses from my village, the thief is a middle-aged Huron male. That's all we really have to go on regarding his appearance. Yet, so long as he possesses the cocoon, he could be anyone and anything. An elderly woman traipsing across the street, a child throwing a ball, perhaps even a dog chasing after it. Truth be told, I was nigh at wit's end trying to find him. That is until I discovered that a series of unusual squabbles have been occurring around the city. After investigating these incidents, I found one commonality. The instigator in each case invariably had no recollection of the incident, let alone of inciting it. What's more, eerie accounts have begun circulating among residents that some folk, they've somehow seen in two places at once. So yeah, okay, so we just gotta, you know, whatever he's turned into at the moment. Is there a cooldown? If there's a cooldown, then, you know, you can be like, oh, well, he just turned into that guy, and we saw that guy, so we know that's him. So we just gotta follow him till he, you know, before he can actually use it again. Based on that, I believe the thief's been using the Dreamweave cocoon to transform into innocence and spread discord throughout the city. Stands to reason we can follow him by following the trail of chaos left in his wake, you know? Yet, even should we apprehend him in whatever form he's hidden himself in, there's nothing to stop him from feigning ignorance. See, that's why you don't give him the chance. You just give him one of those. Besides, a secret remedy, of course. The recipe for an elixir which can forcibly remove the cocoon's enchantment has been passed down in my village for emergencies like this. I made sure to prepare a few vials before making the voyage here. Somebody to throw the solution at the suspect, and the cocoon's weave of mimicry will unfurl on the spot. That covers everything. Now let's say we see if there's any trouble afoot. The thief will undoubtedly not be far from it. Let me know when you're ready. We'll catch him together. Ready to set off? Perfect. I say we begin our search with the markets. I recall a great number of people gathered there in the Rakuza district. I believe it was called. Oh, are you going to be following me? And we're going to go to sites of interest? Uh-huh. Shocker. Square has some tells. They have some tells they always fall back on. They love this. They love the stealth missions. I think this was all wrought by mortal hands. Remarkable. My people have ever lived in harmony with nature, but that doesn't mean we condemn the ways of those who choose otherwise. In fact, in the brief time I've been exposed to settlements like this, I've come to see such places have their merits too. Okay. Is there something? No. Yeah, this fucking place is, like, one of my favorite spots in the game. Like, this city is so... Especially at night when that's all lit up. Like, the big, giant, like, arch. It's freaking nice. I just like Eastern architecture in general, too. It's different. It's got a different visual flair. Much more curved and, like... And it's much more pleasing to the eye, I find. Look, you thieving whore, son. Oh, it's a man. Look, you thieving whore, son. I told you this isn't enough. Okay. Oh, we got some Yakuza? But sir, that cannot be right. I'm sure I just gave you your change in full. Enough. Hand over my money or I'll take it by force. The customer's more suspicious because he's more aggressive. Instead of saying, "Oh, you forgot to give me my change," you know, he's going right to violence. So, my thoughts exactly. Reveal yourself, villain. No, don't just start throwing shit. What in the blazes do you think you're doing? Oh, sorry. Very, very sorry. Yeah, don't just start throwing it the instant we... Oh. Oh, dear. 1,000 apologies, sir. I gravely miscalculated your change. I'll return what you were owed immediately. I beg your forgiveness. Yeah, whenever we hear two people having an argument, don't just start throwing that shit. How many did you bring? This is important information. How much did you bring? How many can we actually spare to throw at random people? Can't watch your stream on my PS5. It says yours isn't available or compatible on the platform. Huh. Like Twitch in general? Or just my Twitch stream, because that seems odd. That's fine. Fuck Sony. I apologize for the disturbance. Dreadfully embarrassing. While a hunter doesn't quit after a single arrow misses its mark, best not to dwell on what's done, and instead focus on our next course of action. Let's see how things fare in Kugani Dock. I can't believe how impossibly vast it is. My jaw dropped when I first saw it. I could hardly fathom where the horizon ended and the sea began. Before arriving in Tulialal, I'd imagined the sea to be merely a much larger, saltier body of water than the lake back home. There we could race from shore to shore. To attempt the same here, I fear would have fatal results. If you bring enough water. And food. And shelter. Twitch loaded, but your specific channel didn't. That's very odd. I'll cut you down where you stand, you lecherous lummox. Okay, just don't start throwing vials everywhere, please. It's probably that guy. That guy reading with fucking pinwheels. That guy seems suspicious. Okay, well, there's too many targets here. How many vials did you bring? What's going on here? The big bloke yonder allegedly laid his hands on that grizzled fellow's woman. Afraid this might come to blows. Calm yourself, man. I have done I've not done what she claims. It's all about the he said, she said bullshit. I don't know. I blit y'all, your channel loaded. Said your live broadcast couldn't be shown. Huh. I don't know, I blame Obama. Yeah, that's fair. This is just... Throw blame on someone. You gotta blame someone. You dare add insult to injury by calling her a liar? Ignore him, I told you. The pig defiled me. Cut him down this instant. There is no truth in her words. Wherefore does she spout such rubbish? Kami, give me strength. Cut the bloody brute down already. Not less than your head shall serve as penance for your crimes. Very well, let my blade prove my innocence. It's her, right? I mean, if it's anyone, it's her. So, possibly. Oh yeah, it is her. Oh, okay. We actually did it right this time. Then again, this isn't Hildebrand. We're not going to screw up constantly. Okay, like the Fu Manchu. Digging it. Was that really necessary? No matter. I was growing weary of this pretty petty farce. It's time I moved on to bigger and better things. It's got a grape soda that time. You have a bow. Just shoot it. There you go. This could be the shortest quest ever. Just kill him immediately. You suck. Hey, he'd be fine. Hey, he's just having his rice ball. He's fine. A good thing I always have a Bible close to my heart. Good thing. Happened to be wearing an extra thick piece of the true cross today. I'm just gonna go. Oh, odd. My bow is more out of tune than I realized. Boo! You suck. Sweetheart. Yeah, we should probably be warning the Sekisagumi that there's a shapeshifter around. So any and all disagreements, quarrels, thieving, or any kind of crime, you kind of need to get everyone together and then see if there's a doppelganger somewhere around the city. Oh, thank the Kami, you're safe. She just takes the bow out and just, like, shoots that lady in the head. It was her, right? Found her lying unconscious in a nearby alleyway. She can only vaguely recall being attacked from behind and losing consciousness. How long was she out? Was she out for, like, any more than a few minutes? Because that's super bad for you. So the villain knocked her out before assuming her visage in a ploy to deceive her husband. I fell for the deception like a complete and utter fool. I do not even know how to begin to make amends. There are no amends to be made. You simply acted as any husband would. Due to your involvement, this matter was resolved without bloodshed. Sekisagumi, thank you. It is regrettable, however, that the villain managed to escape. A criminal who can change their shape will be exceedingly dangerous. Know that the Sekisagumi will alert the populace to this menace and remain vigilant for any suspicious activity in the city. They thought Ishgard was going to be a bad place to start thieving around and, like, doing supervillain bullshit. Like, yeah, they'll like... they got an Inquisition, they have to trial by combat. They are very, very unforgiving. This is fucking Japan, motherfucker. They'll just cut your head off for looking at him sideways, so this is not the place to fuck around and find out. Let's return to my lodgings. I'd like to go over where we stand with the elusive quarry. In the inn, I assume. I can find out real quick. Yes. I believe it. Is it? Yeah, it's right up there. Ah, yeah, I see with all the, like, the lights inside. It looks nice. Oh, this is a very foggy night. Is it technically fog, or no, it's just cloudy? As predicted, the thief has been using the cocoon's power of mimicry to incite conflict around the city. What he hopes to accomplish by doing so, however, is still unclear. So long as he has this power, our sole means of tracking remains the havoc left in his wake. A trying trail for any hunter, but I'm heartened to have a warrior like you beside me as I tread it. We'll catch him together, and when we do, we'll mete out justice he deserves. Alright. Good to see you, Kilrath. For better or worse, I haven't heard about any unusual incidents in Kugani since our last altercation with the thief. There may be a reason for that. Do you remember when he claimed he was moving on to bigger and better things? If we're to catch him, we may have to expand the scope of our search beyond Kugane. Yet he traveled all the way from Tiral to this eastern land for a reason. I can't imagine he'd go far. You know of any other settlements nearby? My mother has a book written by Obama proudly on display in our house. I've decided to cover it with an 8.5 by 11 signed photo of the Great Kali. It went unnoticed for 2 weeks. Okay, that's good. That's damn good. Ah, the Great Kali. Got a picture of the Great Kali for, in case people don't know who the Great Kali is. There he is. There you can, you know, the similarity, really, between he and Obama. It's kind of amazing, just how much they look alike, you know? There he is. We also assigned 8 by 10 Gendarmerie Hall as you enter front of... Nice. Nice. There he is. That's Obama. Yeah, you look at that. You look at that face. You look at that face. That's president material right there. Is he alive? Or no? Yeah, I would say Ruby C. That's also the gateway to Doma, so... People live out in those waters, but they're so vast. Where'd we even begin? Yeah, I have flight, so I can fly around. Oh, so the Bakufu has an outpost on the Ruby Sea. It's not the perfect place to start. Let's make our way there and avail ourselves of the soldiers' intel. If anything out of the ordinary should occur, no doubt they'll be aware of it. He's alive and doing conventions, just not in there. Oh, okay, that's good. Anyone that large, you're like, you might have some health issues. No, Big Show's like lasted like a long time. He's doing fine. Although medicine is a lot better for people with like giantism these days. Why did I do that? I didn't want to go to this one. This is Turtle Town. We don't want to be in Turtle Town. Turtles. Turtles. I like turtles, but that's not where we're going. That's something I always friggin' get wrong. Sorry, Tamimizu is that one. Anakoro. Because Anakoro sounds like a turtle name. Like Koro. But, so I always think that's Turtle Town, but it's not. Crash Holly didn't last long. Oh, he's dead! He weighed in, well... 400 pounds, allegedly. Who, Kali? Alright, what do we got? Bird. Eh, bird's fine. Crash Holly's gimmick was he weighed in over 400 pounds and he died like 20 years ago. What? I'm talking about the same Crash Holly, right? The guy who was... Am I like crazy? Am I like misremembering things? Hey, he's dead. 2003. How did he fucking die? Oh, okay, yeah, shocker. Drugs, yep. That's right, I do remember Holly had the friggin'... That's right, he had the weight, like the scale over, like, that's right. That's right. Yeah, shocker. Probably, yeah, yes. It happens. It happens to the best of them sometimes. I think it was Road Dogg once was talking about that, because he had been suspended for, like, painkillers and stuff. It was talking about just how easy it is in that business to get addicted to painkillers, just because you're taking bumps every freaking night at house shows, and then live shows, and it just... You take some just to take the edge off, and you take more, and you take more. It's just... It's so easy to happen. And then eventually, like, you know, things can go wrong. Hey, what's up? Well, this is unexpected. What brings you to the Ruby Price? Disputes. Strange you should ask. Not even a moon ago, the waters of the Ruby Sea were poised to turn sanguinary shade. Would I ever lie to you or mislead you? Yes, but I did look it up. Yeah, he died like 2003. And I guess, yeah, it looked like it was, See, it was someone else, like other wrestler's house, right? And then he, yeah, said it was like an overdose, probably. A Confederate skiff approached the Ruby Price without authorization. Its occupant began hurling insult after insult in an obvious attempt to provoke us. We did not succumb to their provocations, however. After warning the vessel we'd fire if they drew an elm closer, they withdrew without a word. However, should they attempt to provoke us again, we will not display the same level of restraint, and the roar of our cannon shall signal the comrades to rally in full force. The waters will flow red, of that there can be no doubt. Tensions are on a high, not like this has ever occurred. I see. Thank you for the information. That's not a whole lot to go on. But we speak privately. By privately, do you mean 5 feet away, still within earshot, or do you mean like we're actually gonna go like where there's no one there? Based on the testimony just now, I gather there's disagreements. Well, there's agreement in these waters that Confederate ships are not to draw near the Ruby Price, guarded as it is by Bakufu sentries. If that's the case, then the soldier stated, I can only conclude the vessel attempted earlier was attempting to incite a dispute between the two factions, which fits the modus operandi of our quarry. Perhaps it was he who sailed under the banner of the Confederates. Whatever the case may be, we have nothing but conjecture. We'll need solid evidence before we can alert the soldiers here to this threat. I doubt they'll heed our warnings otherwise. First, we need to verify if any members of the Confederacy actually approach the Ruby Price. Do you know where their base of operations can be found? I do. There. There, Wolf. There, Castle. Sakazuki. It looks like it'd be fastest for us to swim there. Yeah, you do that. Me and my flying car will go there. My flying car with 4 seats. But yeah, you go ahead and swim. You go swim. You do it. You do that. Excellent. There we go. Oh, never mind. What? Absolutely not. Not one of my Confederate brothers and sisters would approach the Ruby Price without authorization. These cowardly Bakufu dogs must have concocted this baseless rumor to get the rise out of us. Not necessarily. Soldiers at the Rue Price said that, did they? Pardon my language, that's a load of shite. We have no interest in Hingan waters. If anything, I've seen their skiffs encroaching on our territory as late. If you ask me, they're the ones thirsty for blood. There, Kelrath. Listen to what this person has to say. The situation is more grave than we thought. I'm thankful you came, and not a moment too soon. Captain Rasho ain't been acting himself lately, you see. Normally where he goes, tenso he goes, but not today. He showed up just earlier by his lonesome and ordered us to gather as many heads as able to join him on the island of Beko to attend some pressing business. Normally I'd oblige the captain without a moment's hesitation, but I had a feeling something wasn't right. So I asked him what manner of business. We're gonna set the ruby price ablaze, he said. The bloody ruby price. Tried speaking some sense into him, but he weren't of a mind to listen. Walked off saying there was no need he had no need of craven bastards like me. Look, I don't know what's gotten into the captain, but it can't be anything good. Please go to the Alabeko and stop him. And be comrades before it's too late. I think one of them would have mentioned that. Like, hey, anything weird going on? Yeah, the captain took a whole bunch of people to start war with Kugane. Is that weird? This Rasho acting strangely can't be a coincidence. We need to get to the islands and quickly. Do you know the way? Yeah, I can get there. I can get there pretty easily. That ain't no thing. Light it. Cool spear, by the way. Now we can fly. Is this water horse or is this ice horse? That's ice horse. Yes, heaven on high. I still need to do that at some point. I gotta finish Palace of the Dead. And then I gotta start Heaven on High. That's not Heaven on High. That's, what the fuck was this one called? Or was that Heaven on High? Or was that... I thought Heaven on High was the Heavensward one, but that could be. I can't remember. It's the Deep Dungeon, that's all. All that matters. I hear voices. Seems they're gathered up ahead. So, what's this army you've gathered to take over, like, Kugane? Is it like 5 people? Less. 3 people. Okay. Okay. Those scum think they can encroach on our territory and get away with it. I'll be damned if we let them. Tonight we lay siege to the ruby prize and the price and seize it for ourselves. Are you sure? If we do this, we won't be starting a battle. We'll be starting a war. You've been acting strange, Captain. What's gotten into you? Silence! I didn't ask for your bloody opinion. Those lion dogs claimed it was us breaching the agreement. I say we give the bastards what they deserve. Alright, throw it. You're not welcome here. Be gone if you value your lives. You're a terrible actor. And I know something about terrible acting. Now just shoot him. Like, right in the throat. Or the eye, or anywhere. Just heart. Saw through my disguise once again. Don't tell me you count even a pirate captain among your acquaintances. I kind of know everybody. See, that's the thing. All these people are like, oh, do you not realize that the Warrior Light's someone who's basically been all over the world and saved it multiple times? Everybody knows me, and I know everybody. What are you trying to accomplish? Why incite such conflict wherever you go? Why? Sorry to disappoint you, but contrary to the passage of the Unbound's prattling about freeing the world from the tyranny of government, I have no grand designs. I wish merely for everyone to show their true faces. Folk love to put on airs of sophistication and virtue, but push them toward the edge, and their masks slip off to reveal the monsters underneath. Okay, he's the Joker. Okay. They'll go for their neighbor's jugular to save their own skin. You've seen it for yourselves. It's quite the spectacle. Okay, don't miss this time, please. Okay, that's good. This poor fucking Namazu. Damn it, the winds are too strong. You're not very good, are you? Man of 1,000 faces is a true menace indeed. We'll return to Onokoro forthwith and alert the captain. Rest assured the Confederacy will be keeping a close watch over the Ruby Sea. I didn't think for a moment he was an imposter, and the lies he spouted about the Pafuku soldiers were enough to make my blood boil. Think what would have happened if you'd not been there to stop us. Kami bless you. All he wants is to expose people's so-called true faces. They do use the cocoon for such a petty cause. Unthinkable. You know, he just wants to watch the world burn. Yeah. All it takes is one bad day. Let's return to Kugane for the time being. When the chips are down, you'll see these civilized people, they'll eat each other. They're only as good as the world allows them to be. Kugane. Deishi. Ugh. Damn it all. Can't believe a bastard like that. Forgive me. I find myself more disgusted with that villain each time we see him. To think all of this is driven by small-minded spite. From what I could gauge, he didn't fly toward Kugane during his escape. I believe he seeks a new settlement to terrorize. Now that the Confederacy and I are acquainted, I'll see if they can't help me sniff out his roost. No doubt where there's smoke, he'll be there stoking the fire. And I suppose I'll use this period to tend to my bow. Next time my arrow will fly true. You want me to just do it? You want me to do it? Just I'll take it. I'll do a little there you go. I can do it. I can do it better than you probably. You get one more freaking shot. That's what I'll say. You get one more. Then I'm taking over. Wonderful, you're here. Ever since the incident in the Ruby Sea, I've kept a line of communication with the Confederacy. They've just reported something you'll be interested to hear. Apparently a man impersonating the distinguished Lord of Doma was recently exposed. One of the Lord's retainers swept through the Pretender's facade while he was attempting to stir up trouble in the Doman Enclave. That's the one I'm thinking of, Doman Enclave. The imposter then reportedly transformed into a hawk and fled. Clearly our quarry now rests in Doma. I'd like to resume our hunt immediately, but I'm not sure where he may go. After his failure in the Enclave, do any locations come to mind? Town in Yangxia called Namai, you say? Sounds promising. The extent of your knowledge is truly remarkable. Then without further ado, let's make our way there and see if the residents have noticed any unusual activity. It's gonna do like a tour of Stormblood. At least we're not doing Garabanya. Oh, there's a lot of people there. Gather information. Have there been any quarrels of late? Well, yes, actually. Just the other day, the two of us were at each other's throats over a persimmon. She was only supposed to eat half, and then we were trying to gobble the whole thing. And in the end, she purchased this one by way of apology. So I let bygones be bygones. What's that? That isn't the sort of quarrel you're speaking of? Okay, you were useless. Trouble? None that I can think of. For a blessing, all has been peaceful. Also useless? Down there. I don't know why I physically turned my head as if I'd be able to look around something in the game better. Just naturally do that sometimes. By the Kami's grace, our quaint village has not seen strife since the Imperials were ousted. There has been news, however, of a man impersonating Lord Hien at the Enclave. I am told when Lord Hien voiced intentions to invade Nagxia, all present grew wary of the individual. None more so than Lady Ugiri, who saw through the farce immediately. After he was exposed, the villain fled the scene with haste, and fortunately efforts to find him have not borne fruit. So that was kind of an extreme jump. From guy's wife to pirate captain to emperor. Like, you maybe a little too ambitious there, buddy. You might want to step it back a little bit. Start smaller baby steps. You fail at guy's wife, you gotta be like, okay, well now I gotta rethink how I want to do this. If I can't even pull that off, then, you know, what am I doing here? Maybe I shouldn't go straight for emperor. You know, surrounded by retainers that know him and guard him. That kid's the one. Shoot him. None of the residents I spoke to reported anything out of the ordinary. How did you fare? Yeah, it ain't nothing. He ain't around here. Ah, then it seems the villain is not here. Where might he have gone? No idea. Huh? What are you doing here? A friend of yours? Don't hang your head like we're strangers. We just met moments ago, remember? You asked me how to reach the House of the Fierce. Good grief, lad. You're lost, aren't you? I can understand the embarrassment, but I'll tell you the way again. Listen carefully now. Follow the descending paths leading north out of the village until you see a small pond. Then simply dive in and swim. House of the Fierce will be on the other side. You sold out the fucking headquarters of your frickin' emperor, you goddamn idiot. They've impersonated you this time? This doesn't bode well. We must hurry. Much obliged, sir. Gonna get there, he's gonna be super pissed. He's gonna be like, oh, come on! How did you just happen to run into the exact guy who I talked to? What kind of contrived bullshit is this? This isn't fair. It's hard to be a bad guy when the plot's against you, man. Just how far must we swim to reach this place? I dare say my days spent at the lakes back home are about to come in handy. It's fine, I can breathe underwater. I know you can't, but you know, I can. And that's the important thing, really. Oh, good. Yep. What bullshit is he telling you? Pulls on the bow. He's like, she's like, I don't know which one to shoot. I'm right here. My friends, it's come to my attention that the Khan of the Azim Steppes' mighty Oranir tribe conspires in the shadows to invade Doma. We must not give them the chance. Invasion would mean all-out war. There's only one solution. Under cover of darkness, we must assassinate the Khan. Only with his death can the crisis be averted. He ain't Khan no more. He lost the last, games. Literally, no, he's not Khan anymore. They lost. They grow wary. Perhaps I should observe my targets more carefully. But with all due respect, these allegations must be brought to Lord Hien. It is imperative we receive his instruction before acting. They'll be playing right into the Oranir's hands. After all, an impostor disguised as Lord Hien was but recently exposed. An Oranir spy, there can be no question. Yet the spy had fled, their whereabouts unknown. They could be anyone and anywhere, weaving new schemes even as we speak. Decisive action must be taken. That is why I came to you. Me, someone you probably haven't seen in like 3 years, who comes back after someone has already been impersonating people, and I'm telling you very suspicious things. You should be suspicious of everyone, but not me. So the impersonation of Lord Hien was part of the Oranir's grand scheme. These people are dumb. But why would those who fought alongside us for Doma's liberation conspire to invade? Forgive me, but you do not seem yourself, Killer. Something isn't right. Because I am desperate. A shadow looms over Doma, and only you, with your help, can I cast away this dark pall. Lend me your strength. Me, the guy who single-handedly saved the universe a few times. Yes, I need your help. Our honored friend Kilrat, these people are dumb as rocks. Our honored friend Kilrath risked life and limb to see Doma free. You address him with suspicion and doubt. If he says we must act first to prevent greater bloodshed, then we must act. It's true, he's never led us astray. Brothers and sisters, let us join hands with Kilrath once more to drive back the shadow of rising over Doma. You people, like, will listen to... Is this how the last election happened? Like, does people will be willing to listen to any crazy person? Like, you just tell them, you tell enough people, eventually enough of them are going to be like, yeah, that sounds reasonable. What is the meaning of this? It's that infernal Orenair spy. Quickly, kill him before he can escape. You sound nothing like me. Your charade ends here. You think one of these days he'll just, like, learn he can avoid that? Like, just jump out of the way. It's you. Such persistent vermin. Wait, he said it's you. Like, he knows who this dude is. Let me guess, he's some guy Hien fired and now he's pissed. I swear to God, if you miss this time... You're not getting away this time! It's gonna turn out this whole time it's actually that Namazu. Hey, he banned paper straws. I don't have a problem with paper straws. I know a lot of people do, but I've never had an issue with paper straws. Like, they never, like, people are like, oh, they fall apart. I'm like, no, they don't. The ones I've tried, like, they've been fine. Are you truly the foremost hunter of your village? Yeah, the problem is your aim, not the bow. Poor craftsman blames his tools. Ha! Pathetic! You're nothing like that other girl. What was her name? Oh, yes. Itoka. She was a fearsome, that one. Right up until the moment I drove my blade into her back. What is this? Don't tell me you've been masquerading around as Itoka herself. After all, that would make you know better than me. Hiding behind the name of another won't erase the blame you bear for everything that happened. I'm gonna give you a frozen Coke and a paper straw. Okay, to be fair, I didn't use a paper straw and a frozen Coke. But, like, with a regular Coke, it was, yeah, you just drink the Coke, you're fine. But I guess, yeah, I guess, like, slushies, like the frozen Coke stuff, like, that probably would ruin a paper straw pretty quick. I'm sorry, I swear I'll explain everything to you later. For now, we should apprise these men and women of the situation. So, just, you see a guy you think you recognize, who doesn't even use the same voice, apparently, and you just go along with him on a genocide plan? That's really how easily swayed you people are? I mean, you're wearing these dumbass-looking headbands, but still, I thought you might be a little smarter than that. I think he can transform into anyone, a fearsome ability. I shall alert Lord Hien of this threat immediately. Rest assured all of Doma will be on alert. But if someone on the road tells us, hey, I'm the king, and I think you should stab yourself in the hand, I'm gonna do it, because he looks kind of like the king. Maybe. I didn't really get a good look at him. He said he was, so I just said okay, and then did it. I was completely fooled. I have no words to express my shame. Upon speaking with you again, I realized that though the imposter assumed your guise, he had neither your spirit nor your grace. Forgive me, I will not fall into such a farce again. I mean, not the speaking crazy? That part? You didn't alert you? Might I have a word? The man impersonating you earlier, I'd recognize his face anywhere. Without a doubt, he is Samidare, a childhood friend. You know him? Please, you must tell us everything. I have known Samidare nearly all my life. We learned the shinobi arts together, you see, roughly 25 years ago. We engaged in our first battle as proud ninja, defending Doma against the Empire's invasion. With every fiber in our body, we met their mighty magitech with nimble ninjutsu. As if moved by our resolve, the mighty auspice and guardian of Doma, Tamamo Gozen, appeared in the field of battle to aid our cause. Oh, I have that mount. Yet our efforts were for naught. The Empire's might fell upon Doma like a hammer. We were crushed beneath the overwhelming force. The occupation began soon afterwards, and so too did work from the shadows. While I devoted myself to resisting the Empire in secret, Samadare was conscripted into their army and forced to become an Imperial spy. I understand he served them well, fanning the flames of war in faraway lands through rumor and manipulation. Indeed, as far back as I can recall, Samadare has ever excelled in the skill of subterfuge. Fitting that the class I'm going to be combating that with is one that literally just walks up to you and punches you until you stop being a problem. Like the bluntest of classes. It was only after the prisoner exchange that he returned to Doma at long last, but he was a changed man. He could find no joy or solace in the peace he once fought to secure for our nation. Instead, he sought to disrupt it. War has taught me the truth of this world. Civility is but a facade to hide man's savagery, and I'll prove it here, in dear, dear Doma. Fool I am, I thought he was jesting. Only later, when I discovered the web of lies he'd spun to turn folk against one another, did I realize he meant every word. I tried to confront him, but he fled Doma before I had a chance. Nevertheless, I searched his home afterwards and discovered a missive from an organization called the Passage of the Unbound. I have it with me here. It's not a particularly great, like, criminal organization that wants, like, world domination. If they're not really organized, they just give any jackass with a chip on their shoulder a mystical, like, ancient artifact of untold power and just say, yeah, go ahead, just go out, just do whatever you want. Like, what if all five just said, nah, you know, what if we just kill you and then we do our own thing? Like, it seems bad just you give a loaded gun to a psychopath and then just hope when you turn him around and point him in a direction, that he goes in that direction and not just turns around and shoots you. Dear illustrious Samadare, we extend our deepest gratitude for your interest in joining the Passage of the Unbound. With each passing day, our secret order draws closer to its goals, which will require exceptional talent for what lies ahead. Bearing these in mind, we have decided to welcome you into the fold. To celebrate the start of an auspicious future together, we invite you to meet your colleagues, in Tuligalal, and have enclosed your ticket within. Exceptional talent, exceptional egos, more like. This Passage of the Unbound kept a watchful eye on nations far and wide to recruit cutthroats like Samadare, who only follow their own desires. On his arrival in Tural, Samadare's ambitions guided him to my home, where he stole the Dreamweave cocoon, set out to use it for its own twisted ends. I'm afraid that appears to be the way of it. In all likelihood, it is the Passage of the Unbound that alerted him of this Dreamweave cocoon's existence. Today, Samadare attempted to incite war between Doma and the Azim Steppe by wearing the face of our dearest ally, you. Your timely appearance prevented the worst from happening, but so long as he can alter his form and face at will, who can say what tomorrow may bring? His years as a secret operative have made him a master at reading people. He should decide to study his targets before... Should he decide to start studying his targets before he takes their form, various schemes may not be discovered until it's too late. Please be careful, and may the Kami bless and keep you. Attempting to find Samadare now would be a fruitless endeavor. He could be any bird in the sky, or any beast roaming the wild. Let's return to Kugane. I'll reveal everything to you there, I promise. Is everyone, like, in a fake disguise? Kugane. Kugain. Kurt Kugain. I'm grateful for your help today. Once again, I let our prey slip away. The only silver lining is that we know who he is now. But more important, I apologize for deceiving you. As Samadari said, I'm not the greatest hunter of my home. I'm not Itoka. I'm Koiki. Koiki? Yeah, Koiki. I hail from the same village as Itoka. I, too, am a hunter, but only in name. You've seen my aim for yourself, yet most shameful of all is it's my fault the dream of Cocoon was stolen. Normally, it's enshrined in the deepest recesses of our home. Only Itoka had leave to wield it. The forest provides shelter and sustenance to many, and not all we share. Yeah, and not all we share its bounty with. Not all we share its bounty with are friendly. Okay, that was just a weird. The separation of the two lines is like where's the pacing here? Not all we share its bounty with are friendly. When great beasts threaten our home, the cocoon's power may be used to protect our lives. Yet I used it for my own foolish desires. I couldn't take it anymore. I was a hunter, but I could barely catch prey large enough to feed myself. I was forced to wash clothes, prepare meals, tune bows. Just once, I wanted to be acknowledged. I wanted to feel pride. So I used the cocoon's power to transform myself into Itoka. With her dexterity and finesse, I finally caught prey befitting a true hunter. As I carried my prize home, he appeared. I found him collapsed in the middle of a beaten path. I never had reason to mistrust someone before, so I approached to nurse his wounds. At the moment I drew close, he knocked the cocoon from my grasp and struck me unconscious. He is long gone by the time I awoke. I confessed my sin to the village elder, and her boundless grace she forgave me. But I could not forgive myself. I left home that very eve in secret to pursue the thief, all the way to Kugane. After several days of fruitlessly scouring the city, who should I see but Itoka as our most exceptional hunter? Yet it came as no surprise the elder had charged her with recovering the cocoon. She was astonished to see me, of course. I had told no one of my actions. I feared she'd send me home, but when I expressed to her my shame, my anger, she consoled me and told me that we would find the cocoon together. How'd that work out for you? And I was certain we would until the day that duplicitous bastard killed her. You appeared soon after her passing. I thought with someone as strong as you by my side, just maybe I could avenge her, so I lied. Like Samadari said, I'm no better than he is. I'm an imposter, but my desire to reclaim the cocoon is every bit as strong as Itoka's was. You're also not a murderer, so I mean, you have that going for you. I am so sorry for lying to you, Kilrath. I hope you could find it in your heart to forgive me. Continue to aid me in reclaiming the Dreamweave cocoon. Yeah, it's fine. You're fine. You're fine. I mean, just keep shooting arrows. Don't stop shooting arrows. You'll eventually hit something. It might be that Namazu, but... Thank you. I know with you by my side, I can keep my promise to Itoka. For now, I'll remain vigilant for any news regarding conflict in the region. Please do pay me a visit when you find a moment to spare. I'm counting on you. Very front-heavy with this one as far as, like, exposition. Like, the Dark Knight one. That one, like, we saw the villain, like, only really, like, at one point early on and then at the very end. Like, that was, like, that one just went, like, boom, boom, boom. Geralt, I'm really, yeah, so relieved to see you. I can speak, I swear. I thought you might resent me for lying to you, that you might refuse to lend me your aid again. I'd certainly be hard-pressed to reclaim the cocoon alone in this foreign land. I truly meant what I said before. I'm counting on you. Though I'm ashamed to admit it, when I first arrived here, I was nearly swindled out of the heirloom by a talking catfish. Out of an heirloom, not the heirloom. I've been scouring the city for a shop to pawn my choker so I could secure room and board, you see, when the catfish approached me, claiming I'd buy the necklace for a fair price. He'd buy the necklace for a fair price. Offered me a handful of coin that glittered like gold. I was about to accept it when Itoka appeared. In mere moments, she discerned the catfish's currency was counterfeit, and ended the transaction then and there. Oh, is that the one that that you shot at? Maybe your aim isn't bad. Maybe it's just like you don't realize, oh wait, there's that bastard who tried to cheat me, and you didn't, like, unconsciously, you realized he was standing there, and so that's where you instinctively aimed. She dragged me to the markets afterwards and pawned her own necklace to secure lodgings for both of us. The moment she arrived, Itoko took care of everything. What I'm trying to say is, I can't do anything on my own. I'm reckless, I'm impulsive, and I'm just really glad to have you by my side. Now we get through this together, we'll be fine. Just pick a top tier. Do what Sanford Kelly said, just pick a top tier. You got me. Oh, it's been some time, my friends. Pray forgive my sudden visit, but I come bearing urgent tidings. Ah, we spoke to you at the House of the Fierce. What brings you all this way? I was able to make contact with Samadare. I told him I was willing to make amends and join my dearest friend in exposing the lies of the people's hearts. He responded most eagerly and bade me meet him in secret. Should we make a whole bunch of this powder, and any time someone comes up to talk to us, we just hit him with it just in case? Like, wait, hold up, before we listen to a word you say. Yeah, no, you're cool. Okay, say what you gotta say. Hey, really? Where did he say where? Aye, Hell's Lid. I had a mind to lay ambush for him, but not knowing the extent of the power he wields, I thought it best to seek help. So I came here to beg your aid, Kilrath. Your strength and valor are unequaled. We cannot apprehend Samadari without you. May never get another chance to catch him unawares like this. There's no time to lose. Wait, forgive me for speaking plain, Huntress, but I fear we would only be hindrance to Kilrath when the fighting begins. Let us go to Hell's Lid by skiff and meet his after the villain... Yeah. Is that supposed to meet him after the villain is subdued? I don't know, they also use a lot of archaic speak that, you know... It was actually usually very well researched as far as, like, different, especially, like, European, like, dialects and, like, terms and things. I take your point, you're right. Without us there to distract him, Kilrath can focus wholeheartedly on the battle. Sorry, would you mind going it alone? We'll be there as soon as we can. We're all idiots. That clearly is going to be the guy. And he's taking her there so he can kidnap her. Although, what would he get out of it? Just, I mean, you could do a, hey, you're going to leave me, you're going to leave, and you're going to let me, you know, do my thing. You're not going to screw with me. And then I'll let her go. And then I could say, okay, let her go. I won't screw with you. And then he lets her go, and then I screw with him. So, I mean, it's... Yeah, I don't know, because it's not like he can get anything out of me. He already has the artifact. So maybe that's not... maybe this isn't a ploy. I mean... Oh, god damn it, I did it again. Maybe not, but probably. We'll see. We'll see. But my first thought would be, how much of this powder stuff do we have? Anytime someone walks up and says, hey, I got information for you, just a little sprinkle on them. See, again, like, it's people who've played fantasy games, being in a fantasy world, like, you get isekai'd into a fantasy world, and you're like, oh no, I know all these tropes. Trust me, I know. Like, this whole plot line would be, you know, over almost immediately. Be like, nah, I got this, I know. Now, that guy's suspicious. He's doing something weird. He's emoting really weird. No, fuck, no, that's the guy. Just like we already had a Baldur's Gate at the Auntie Ethel quest. I gave everyone the... What did I call it on the YouTube video? Fantasy Wishmaking 101. Like, every person who made some kind of wish to the fucking Night Hag was like the stupidest phrasing you could have chosen, and I mean, some of those things where you had to know. You had to know this was going to be misconstrued. Intentionally. Remember the first time I saw Hell's Lid? And I was like, oh, this is going to be a fucking dungeon or boss fight or something that's going to take place here, right? And it never did. And I was like, really? They never even used it. And then it turns out, oh wait, you do come here for a dungeon in the post-game as an optional side quest. I'm like, wow, they really restrain themselves from, like, a cool location specifically for an optional side quest. Although it's an important side quest. It's one you should definitely do. All the Trial and Raid series, you know, people should definitely do. Really? That's interesting. That's interesting. That's very interesting. That's a good question. It's a very good question. Yeah. See no sign of Samadari. Perhaps the lair is further ahead. Hey, I got my Rathalos. Still a sea sign of Samadari, but you feel an unsettling presence. Oh. Continue combat. That's fine. There we go. I need to get into a fight real quick so I can use that fucking extra key up there. I don't think... Nah, I'm not gonna get it. That's fine. I could have used it on that, I guess, but that's whatever. Building up my chakras and whatnot. Somebody has nowhere to find. There is naught to do but wait your companion's arrival. Let me guess. And also, we just went through this in Dawntrail. Oh, I'm a friend. Oh, I kidnapped her. Like we already... Hey, you alright? Oh. Hold on. Wait, I don't have the powder. She does. I came as soon as... Oh, the battle's over already? Where's Samadari? I was ambushed by a group of Red Kojin. I was attacked, but not by him. I could see him working with the Red Kojin. Yeah, I could see him. Star Wars Episode 2 is better than Final Fantasy 9. Really? Really? I believe I would describe... I remember Star Wars Episode 2, I think, to quote a different movie, but Norm Macdonald talking about another movie. I believe reviewers rated it anywhere from shit to fucking shit. I'm pretty sure that's what Episode 2's ratings were, pretty much. So this is a trap? Wait, over there. How did I fall for that? Yeah, I pretty much assumed that was not her because she didn't have a fucking bow. Wait, if he's in... Or did she, like, hit him with the powder after she, like, tackled her? Him. Thank goodness I made it. After all that time I spent in that old Kojin's shell, convincing his underlings to attack you, my blade was mere ilms from your skin of your back, alas. Meticulous plan gone to waste. Seems I underestimated your strength, and the failed huntress's tenacity. Dare say I'm outmatched, and no common beast I might mimic can stand against you. I must contemplate your deaths with more care, more rigor. Look forward to our next meeting. Ah, yes, rigor. Like rigor mortis. Thick. Full of vim and vigor. Turgid, one might say. Forgive me, I needed to catch my breath. Samadari's friend was a villain himself. As soon as the skiff made it to the open sea, he threw me overboard. Damn near had to swim like a fish to make it here in time. Maybe into a fool again. He waylaid me before using a similar ruse. By the time I figured out who he was, Itoka was already... I always wondered how a craven like Samadari was able to kill her, our greatest hunter, and now I know. Oh, she did the leather thing, the leather fist. Don't... Why did I phrase it like that? When Itoka fell to the blade in her back, she turned to see the face of her killer. She saw me. I'm glad I was able to prevent history from repeating itself. I don't want to lose you too. I'd probably have been fine. I'm the warrior fucking light. I'm 8 times rejoined, motherfucker. We should return to Kugane. Samadari will have planted more than one trap for us here. Got 2 left? 3 left? 2 left. 3? This is 96, so 2 more. Then we get the last one. Remember, kids, sprint is mitigation. Logging out is mitigation. I feared the worst as I rushed to reach you. The moment Samadari was in sight, I charged without thinking, which, in retrospect, was probably not the best. I had tried to shoot him from afar with my bow. I might have missed, or worse yet, hit you instead. In any case, I'm just relieved you're safe. I promise to be more wary from now on. Particularly of familiar faces. It hardly needs saying, but remember to keep your guard up as well. My guard up was up the whole time. I called that from moment one. I said this dude is the guy. For now, I'll resume our efforts to gather information about Samadari's whereabouts. You'll be the first to know if I have a lead. If we take me be on my guard. Fruit and aloe jelly. Which one is this? Determination, vitality, critical. Critical! Critical's good. I don't think I need skill speed anymore for Monk. Pretty sure Critical's probably the one I'm going to want to go for. I think? I may have to look up at Icy Veins again, see what the stat order for Monk is. I thought Critical was up there. No, because you get guaranteed criticals with Monk. So it must be either Determination or, God, I don't know. I don't think it's attack speed. Good to see you, Kilrath. Or should I say Samadare? There's only one way to be sure. I need you to tell me something. There's one way to be sure you could hit me with the powder. All it does is remove the thing. Tell me something only you and I would know. When I used the cocoon to take away Itoka's form, what creature did I hunt? You didn't... Wait, did you tell me that? You never told me. It's really you. Well, I mean, he could also have said that. Or he could have just said, I don't know. Indeed, I never told you that my arrow struck a great wild boar. A prize for any hunter. Samadari was the only one who ever saw it. Oh, he saw it, so he would have been like, yeah, it was a boar. Assuming she would have told me. That's actually, okay, that's clever. I'm giving her that one. Sorry for doubting you, but I could think of no better way to expose him if he'd attempted to impersonate you again. I have to remain vigilant, after all, even though no news of his plots has reached me as of late. From here to Yangxia, people are on alert for many-faced agitator within their midst. Not even the stray cat is beyond scrutiny. While Samadari can no longer act so brazenly, I'm afraid this means his trail's gone cold. We also have another problem. When he pushed me to the Ruby Sea, the remedy I carried was soaked in salt water. I'm afraid it's no longer effective. That's alright, we just beat it out of him. No doubt his plan was to start eliminate the one means we had to undo... Oh, well, yeah. To undoing the cocoon's mimicry. We're at a disadvantage too great to ignore, which is why I intend to synthesize a new batch. I was just about to go procure the necessary ingredients from a supplier when you arrived. Why don't you join me? It's like fucking Among Us. Once you know someone else isn't an imposter, you gotta be like, no, you and me. You gotta be... Was it Aaron from Game Grumps that termed the... I don't know if he coined the term, but used the term accountability. Like, no, you know I'm human, and I know you're human. We're just gonna hang out together and defend each other if someone accuses us. I love that term, accountability. Almost as much as disability, but I don't know if anyone else has ever used that. I kind of came up with that when I first saw Thancred with the eye patch, and I was like, oh, in Kilrath can be disabilities. So I don't know if I pulled that from some kind of memory or what, but I think I came up with it. Independently of a bunch of other people that probably also came up with it. Yeah, I've never heard of such materials. Where are they found? You know, in the New World, the continent most of you people have never seen. Deep in the forests of Tural, a land beyond the Great Sea, and far, far to the west of here. Tural? I'm afraid my supply chain doesn't extend quite that far. I mean, I can literally just teleport there. What do you need? I can go teleport to wherever you need me to teleport to. I feared as much. It doesn't help that materials can only be harvested when the season's right. Even if I were to return home now, I doubt I could find what we need. We've no choice but to give up on the remedy. I'm sorry, but we're at the mercy of Samadari's cunning. Hello there. Tell me, have you any salves that might ease my aching back? Oh, it's an old person that got to do my old person voice. Oh, it's an old man, too. Cool, I can do this, yeah. Sir, this isn't the apothecary. Where are your spectacles? Oh, yes, how could I forget? They're in my ass. Let me just get these. Oh, there we go. That's much better. Sometimes I forget I'm blind as a bat without these. You know, I walk around and I can't see, and I'm like, I wonder why I can't see. Oh, right, I'm blind. Forgive me, Shirakashi. Are you amazed by the concept of glasses now? Excuse me, but do those bits of glass covering your eyes help you see better? Oh yes, are you familiar with spectacles? What the fuck's wrong with you? I've seen folk wearing them before, but I always thought they were decorative, like my choker. I mean, sometimes they are. Some people have, you know, prescriptionless glasses. It's an accessory. It's, you know, you can wear shit like that to, I mean, whether it's a hat that I like to wear all the time. But, like, same thing with, like, you know, facial hair. You can kind of sculpt your face however you want. Like, you can create the silhouette, not silhouette, but, like, the lines of the face. They have known people who've worn, like, non-prescription lenses just because they're like, oh, I think it looks good. It's a way to, yeah, just create the face you want. And hey, it doesn't require any cosmetic surgery. You're just like, hey, I look good in glasses, there you go. I look good with or without a beard, there you go. Yamabuki is your man. He has a breadth of artists and I'm dementia, apparently. Yamabuki, he has a breadth of artists and contracts who will ensure receive a pair of fine-tuned to your specifications. They'll find your shop on this very street. I just saw them painting the walls with goddamn ice cream. I was like, what are you doing? It's gonna melt. I should get back to the home. That's a long story. Don't worry about that. Wish I could remember the other thing. Because when my grandfather was starting to go, he was starting to get the dementia. Trying to remember what the heck. There were two specific things he mentioned. One was that they were painting the walls outside in the hall with goddamn ice cream, and that's the dumbest thing ever. It's gonna melt. Which I think I kind of love that, yes, you know, this is sad, he's losing his mind, he's falling to dementia. But the fact that he's still rational and, like, lucid enough to know that what he's seeing is silly. So yeah, he saw people outside painting the walls with ice cream. But, like, he still had the logic in his mind to go, what the fuck are they doing? That's not gonna work. Like, this is stupid. There was another, something about they were doing something to the roof. I can't remember what it was. The ice cream walls is the one that stuck with me. Hey, you gotta find, you know, some humor and everything. It's how we deal with shit. Of course, when he was saying stuff like that, you know, we just kind of played along. We were like, you're right. I mean, what are they thinking? It's not gonna work. You're damn right. I'm sorry, you must be completely bewildered. I thought failure of a hunter like me would never be able to aid you in battle, but I've come to realize there's hope yet. But let's not crowd the stall any longer. Oh, it's your eyesight that's the problem? Are you, like, nearsighted? You'd think, like, people would realize, yeah, you can't really be a hunter because you can't see. Maybe we could just fix that. You know, we have, like, magic. Ever since I was a child, I have had trouble seeing things from afar. That's why my aim with the bow is so poor. I'm not fit to be a hunter, never was. It's only natural that chores like washing sheets and preparing meals fell to me. I always learned to do more, to be more. I've looked up to Itoka ever since I can remember. No matter how hard I tried, I simply couldn't give up on the dream. I just had to be like her. So I begged her to teach me everything she knew, from the basics of drawing a bow to precise aiming techniques that few hunters use. Yet despite all our efforts, my sight failed me where it counted most. All my life I thought it was simply how nature intended me to be. I was content to accept my lot. But now I know spectacles may improve my sight. I feel hope. If I could just try them, mayhaps my arrows would fire true. I could join you in battle and maybe even strike down Samadari with my own arrow. We have lost the remedy, but this would give us an element of surprise. See, I thought this was going to go a different way. I was wondering if it was going to be, can we make glasses that will always see, like true sight glasses, and see through the disguise? So I have to try on spectacles for myself, so, like, glasses never made it to your neck of the woods. At all, ever? Guess not. Alright, let's go meet this Yamabuki. Glasses, please. Give me glasses. Pair of spectacles, is it? I can certainly get your order in the pipeline, but I'm afraid there's a wait. Fresh out of supplies, you see. Next shipment isn't due for a number of weeks. Of course, if you're in a rush, you could roll up your sleeves and get the materials yourselves. All I need is a glossy shell of an azure hawksbill and a cluster of Aurelent quartz. Bring them here, and my affiliates can begin work immediately. You know what scheme who knows what scheme Samadari might contrive should we let down our chase for weeks. Would you be willing to lend me a hand in procuring the materials? If we split up, I should be able to gather them in the blink of an eye. Quite the eager pair, I see. In that case, I dare say I'll be able to negotiate with the Blue Kojin for a carapace of splendid quality. Yeah, they owe me one. I visited Tamamizu during my investigation in the Ruby Sea. I'll handle the shell. Literally, I can walk into any place and be like, yo, warrior, like, give me that. Alright, that's mine now. That leaves you with the Aurelent quartz. Pray look at the cavern near Shoal Rock in the Ruby Sea. Sprinkle some glittering gravel to lure a Shoal Iwamushi from its lair within, and retrieve the cluster from its shell. Okay. Let's be back here when we're finished. Not Onokoro. Onokoro? Onokoro. Yeah. Alright, what are we gonna get? Hey! We just saw him. He's sweeping. Oh, cave, right. Which side does the cave enter? On, in which, in what? There we go. So we need to look for that. What else am I sitting on in that part of the inventory? Oh yeah, I gotta do that. Wait, is this still good? God damn it. I did expire on that one. I'll get a new one. Those are a great way, well, A, to level up classes, but also to, also a good way to get a lot of tomestones, if you're lucky enough to get the bingo. Alright, be down there. Is there aetherite I can go to? It's fine. It's fine. Oh, more than fine. That looked further away on the map. Ah, you're the first to return. Trust you have the quartz in hand. All the others, like, were very wholesome, like, kind of wrap-ups to everyone's story. And this one, it's just gonna be, hey, I have glasses now. I can murder him. And then she just shoots him straight in the eye. And then she realizes she loves murder. Excellent. This will make a fine pair of lenses. Now we only need to wait for your friend. I'm back. Yep, she's dead. That's too bad. This credits roll. Credits for a side quest. Sorry, didn't mean to alarm you like that. I spoke with the Kojin of the Blue as planned, but as soon learned the Hawksbill shells have been sparse of late. They were reluctant to part with a single one. I was able to wear them down, though, until they proposed an exchange. If I dealt with the Red Kojin who invaded their fishing grounds, they'd spare a shell. I knew my bow would be useless, so I took a leaf out of Kilrath's book and fought him up close and personal. As you can see, I took quite a beating, but so did they. Maybe a little worse for wear, but the trouble was worth it. Have the shell as promised, and with it, your associates can get started. And she, like, reaches over, and then, like, one of her lungs slips out of, like, a hole in her side. Her foot's on backwards. I'm doing okay. I just got... Take a 5-minute break. Smoke if you got 'em. Indeed they can. Let us first measure your eyesight and see if we can, so they can get to work. Oh god, she's gonna have to do that thing where they puff the air in your eyes. Fucking hate that. This is incredible. Everything's so vivid. Yeah, I know eventually I'm gonna need glasses. My vision's fine, but it could be better. It's not great, but it's fine. Why, I'm sure I could hit a bird over the horizon. Come, Kilrath, I want to fire some test shots at the sign over there. Okay, I thought you were going to say, hey, Kilrath, I want to shoot you. Oh, hold on, it seems like a fine way to earn the ire of the Seikazugumi. I'll prepare some targets for you. Let's move somewhere less crowded. Of course, thank you for going to the trouble. Gotta put a little chain on the back of those glasses so they don't fall off. Like Cyclops. Oh. Why did that orphanage explode? Sorry, Cyclops didn't want to look like a dork. Of course, if you've been shooting, like, half-blind, like, nearsighted your whole life, this is gonna be really... You're gonna have to, like, completely readjust how you, like, see. Again! I thought she was gonna, like, shoot the arrow in half. She split Robin's arrow in twain! Pulling the hat trick. This is why I always go for the toughest target first. That way, if you can get that out of the way, then it's less, you know, less pressure. I did it. I really did it. After all these years, my aim is true. When we find Samadare, he won't know what hit him. He could be any of these lampposts right now, you know. He could be watching this whole thing. He could have been the arrow. Or he could have been one of the signs, and then we just killed him. Or the targets, rather. I don't know if I can properly describe this feeling to you. After so long, I don't feel like someone pretending to be a hunter. Finally, I don't feel like a burden. As soon as I catch even a whiff of Samadare's trail, we'll stop him for good. When that moment arrives, please lend me your strength one last time. Together, we'll retrieve the cocoon and return to my village. I can't remember what... I did try lenses on once. Because someone I knew had glasses, and they actually had, like, the exact same eyesight I do. And that was interesting, seeing just how better it can be, even though, to me, I think, this looks fine. I could see just fine. Like, with corrective glass, like, it was kind of amazing. Like, oh, that's how much sharper a thing can get? Like, oh, that's what things look like. So I'll eventually have to do that. I'm not doing contacts, though. I don't like anything near my eye. Glasses I can handle. Glasses are fine. Your timing could not have been more impeccable. A person claiming to be an acquaintance of yours stopped by just moments ago, wishing to have a word. About Samadare, no less. They're presently waiting in my room. So, give me a moment and I'll bring them here. I think the rule when you have a shapeshifter is no one leaves each other's side ever. Once you've established people who you know are good, You don't let them out of your sight at any point whatsoever. You just always stand near each other, so you know none of you's been replaced. We gotta do this under the thing rules. You look well, Kelroth. Forgive me for eschewing pleasantries, but there's an urgent matter I wish to discuss. Alright. What can I ask her? When you first met in Reunion, what did you purchase at the market? See, this one is suspicious, because if he studied them, he may know what foods are common. And so he might guess. I'd say, what did you purchase at the market? So you might, like, yeah, again, reasonable guess. This is going to be a little tougher. Kinsai, as I recall, I had sufficient funds to purchase it myself, so you helped me gather Whisper Root to trade for it instead. I had insufficient funds. Yeah, she's good. She's good. It would seem, you too have grown wary of imposters. Then we can proceed straight into the heart of the matter. You appeared in the... Wow, he's still using me? Have we not warned everyone that someone may be looking like me? Appeared in Mol Ilo a few days ago, claiming Hien had been driven to madness. That he was assembling an army in Doma with plans to conquer the Azim Steppe. Yeah, we already stopped that one. For a blessing, we'd already received word from from a Doman envoy that an agitator was mimicking others, so we saw through the ruse for what it was. Unfortunately, when we attempted to capture them, the imposter transformed into a sheep and disappeared among the bands grazing on the plains. Sounds to me like you're gonna slaughter a whole bunch of sheep now, isn't it? Like, look, we'll eat really well for like a week. We'll exhaust our food supply after that as a result, and we'll have a lot of wasted food, but one of these guys is gonna be a person. When I informed our friends in Doma of the incident, I was told you'd been using Kugane as a base to track down the perpetrator. I thought it best I apprise you of what's happening. Samadare, he won't relent. His schemes won't end until we make them end. They won't end until we make them end. To be the man, you gotta beat the man. You may discover a clue as to his whereabouts in Reunion. If anyone on the steppe has seen him, that's where they will be. They're almost like the other tribes to this threat. May the wind speed you on your way. See, guy's not the brightest. I mean, fucking with Ishgard, I mean, she was a temple knight, so she knew what she was getting into. But some dude, I mean, yeah, he was a ninja, I guess, and he knows the customs here. But you're gonna be dealing with, you know, the totally not the Shinsengumi proxies here that, you know, they'll just behead you if they just, you know, see you didn't bow deeply enough to them. And now you're gonna fuck with the fucking Mongols? You're going to the steppe? Motherfucker, there are few people in the history of the world I would want, like, on my ass less than the Mongols. Like, of all the conquerors and all of the, like, the real warrior societies out there, the Mongols are one of the ones that I would want to piss off the least. You definitely don't want to fuck with these people. Off to the Azim Steppe, then, with any luck. So, yeah. It's like, you really want to... And they know me, and they like me. You're gonna impersonate me? And then when they find out you're screwing with my identity? Oh, God. Steppe peoples are badasses. You don't fuck with them. And the idea, even, like, you know... That should have been something also that would have been questioned by the people in Doma. When, you know, fake me was trying to incite war here. It's like, you don't start war with steppe people. You just kind of, if they try to invade you, you kind of push them back a little bit. But you don't invade the steppe. That's never worked out for anybody. Someone stirring up trouble? A quarrel among the tribes is as common as the rising sun. Not a day goes by without it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have goods to sell. Kindly continue your inquiries elsewhere. SUVD. Conflict is forbidden in Reunion. This is known. As for my tribe, all is at peace. I've heard a rumor of interest, however. It seems Magni of the Oranir has been behaving strangely of late. Perhaps it's related to the matter you are investigating? Oh, God. You gotta impersonate Magni? Well, okay, we go in there with one woman. That's all we need. If he does not immediately start, like, humping her leg, we know it's not him. Easy. Oh, no, I don't want... No, not you. Where does that come from? I don't know what mount that is. Conflict? Not besides the normal quarrels between tribes. Certainly no disputes on the scale you speak of, but I have heard rumors that Magni has been sneaking out of the out from the Dawn Throne. Where could he be going, and to do what, I wonder? Well, that could also just be him, like, trolling around for, you know, for the vajayjay that he ain't getting. Pretty sure stream... Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's a possibility, you know? He would try something that stupid. Just convince him it's some, you know, new, you know, trendy, holistic crap, and he'll probably believe it. Were you able to learn anything of interest? I've also heard rumors pertaining to this Magni. One person even stated they saw him headed toward a place called Bardam's Metal not long ago. Mayhap this is the form Samadari has chosen to take on. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. That is true. I mean, I guess, you know... I mean, technically speaking, you could also, you know, accidentally hit yourself with the shot you take. So, I mean... Sure, there is a... Oh, yeah, you should try everything. No. No, probably try just what works. Whatever the case may be, we'll find the answer at Bardam's Metal. We can't allow Samadari's depravities to go any longer. Steel yourself, for when next we face him, we're putting an end to this. Oh, we're just doing it now? Damn. Okay. Yeah, okay, we're doing this. I thought we were gonna have a whole thing over there at Bardam's Metal. Okay, which one of them is the one? I think it's her. My beautiful bright sun, I would bask in your warmth when my flesh returns to the earth. Yeah, it's her. I think it should be him who sees through the ruse immediately, and he's like, yeah, no, that ain't you. That ain't you. Let him shoot his shot. Why did I say that out loud? Let him shoot his shot. That seems... That's too clippable, god damn it. Like fucking Ron Burgundy, just like I'll read anything that's in front of me. Has the feral dog gone rabid? You speak these honeyed words to lure me into your cot, only to slit my throat as I sleep. Hush, fool, I am your Nama. Though we've had our disagreements in the past, I've come to understand my actions were born of love. I bring you love. As bringing love break its legs. Yet only now am I that I am forced to wed do I realize this. Despite my shame, I wish to confess my feelings before it's too late. Wed? The tharly beast like you? To whom? To what? Hien of Doma. By becoming kin, he seeks to leverage his influence of the Dawntrail to claim dominion over the steppe. You're not even, like, in charge right now. The Doman knows no shame. Very well, I will consider your proposal. Far-fetched though it may be, I cannot overlook the possibility that you are my Nama. But first, we must gather our warriors. The Doman's impudence cannot go unpunished. We march for Doma next morrow's dawn. Even he's like, wait, you're falling for that easy? Damn. Yeah, that's not Sadu. I mean, this is easy. She's interested in you, so you know she can't be real. What are you doing here? Isn't that obvious? They are spies from Doma, come to quash any thought of resistance. We must kill them quickly. But he is the Kagan. And he's sitting there going like... The fuck is a Kagan? Magni, you suck. Hope your dick is dead. You two are quite the persistent pair. I had hoped to strike at your backs in the shadows, but now you've forced my hand. I will select from my repertoire the greatest warriors I have witnessed and use their strength to give you the death you so crave. Okay, this could be a fun fight. Okay, okay. I thought he was just gonna turn into like monsters. No, I like this. I like this idea. Beginning with her. Oh. Margaret Thatcher. Oh, right, right, the one he killed. How dare you! When my arrow pierces your breast, Itoka will finally know peace. Alright. As long as I get a second so I can pop my chakra. Just go right in and just nuke the shit out of her. Yep, there we go. That's fine. It's not gonna be, you know, completely optimal here. This is not a fucking raid. Why did I do the same one? Wait, did I not get the other one? Hold on. Oh, it reset too. That's probably why. Brain no working. Okay, no, I know I had one of my two things stocked, but yeah, it changes. Oh. Well. Ow. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. I don't suppose you do any, like, healing, do you? If you do, I just give you mantra, so you'll heal more. Uh-oh. Oh, hey, we got Magni. Now to deliver the coup de grace with the Datharli devil. Oh. Alright. Yeah, why are you running that way? It was way quicker to do this. There we go. There we go. Oh, okay. Nah, I don't feel like moving. It's all the same to you. Nah. Okay, well now I'm gonna have to move. Okay, that was a little... I was down for the count planned thing. Yoki! So like Yomi, reading the mind of the opponent. Shit, I'm gonna pick this one. Alright, I'll take it. There we go. 2 seconds, gonna pop Riddle of Earth. We'll take the damage. Then a little heal. Okay, so yeah, tank and melee DPS get for real supervillains that are not completely incompetent. Range DPS's was okay too. He was still kind of goofy at the end, but you still had like the clown music when you fought him. Like, yeah, Dark Knight and our tank and melee DPS get for realsies boss fight music. Okay, no, he's done. Oh, right. No! Oh, we're just gonna kill the dude? Wow, and this one may actually straight up kill. Right up the ass. Just right in there. Just... Ah, he'll live, possibly. I mean, granted, he's also falling from the sky. Yeah, he's dead. Yeah, he's dead. No, he's fine. I mean, he's probably horribly concussed. I mean, he's gonna be out of it for a while. He's gonna want to see a neurologist for sure, yeah. Itoka, it's finally done. What am I doing here? I feel as though I've just awoken from the strangest dream. Well, you see, about that. This cowardly cur assaulted you from behind and knocked you unconscious. Oh, you could have solved this right now. Just have him cleave him in half. Cleave him in twain, as they say. You've shown the sun disgrace this day. You will feel his scorn impressed upon your flesh. You shall forget the warmth of his radiance. In the shadows you will scream, yet none will hear. Prepare yourself. I said the cat, little cat gif. Yeah, that one. Death would have been too good a fate for him. He deserves to spend the rest of his days feeling the weight of his crimes. Now we've honored Yutoka's memory and reclaimed the cocoon. No words can express my gratitude, Kilrath. I can finally go home, but my community awaits our foremost hunter's triumphant return. What expression will come across their faces when the village's disgrace arrives instead? I don't know if I can bear to see it. Easy. You have a fucking mimic device. Turn yourself into her and just take over her life. It's so easy. You knew her well. You could fake, being her for a while. They're like, hey, where'd the other person go? I'd be like, yeah, she's dead. Our journey to reclaim the Dreamweave cocoon has finally come to an end at long last. I thought I could return home in high spirits. As I recall, you said Shishepia is the one who requested your help, yes? Let us take the journey back to Turali and report to her all that has happened. Up. It's fine. I've made my choice. We're walking. We're leaving. So, good news, we got it back. Bad news, whoever it was you sent is dead. Oh, you're back. Were you able to retrieve the Dreamweave cocoon? Yutoka isn't with you. Yeah, about that. You remember how she used to, like, not have a knife in her back? You know how she used to not have that? She has that now. Yeah, she's got one. Right about there. Queeky, thank goodness you're alive. What are you wearing on your face? What is this heresy? Take those off. Our butterfly god meant for you to be blind. May your soul rest in the cocoon's embrace. I can't believe Yutoka's gone. Yes, our village's greatest hunter is lost to us, while its greatest failure survives. Here, take the cocoon back where it belongs. Home. I have no right to return. Yeah, you can shoot now. Don't be ridiculous. You are a child of the forest. You are our dear sister. You can always come home. The entire village has been worried sick about you. We all saw how crestfallen you were, and when you suddenly disappeared, we feared you took your life. For 3 days and 3 nights, we scoured the land and water to find you. Yet, look at you now. Not only are you hale and whole, but you have reclaimed the cocoon too. I'm sure that Yutoka's spirit, hunting in the forests above, is smiling down at you with pride. And she would much rather you take up her mantle and protect the village than wallow in guilt over her death. And certainly not hand the mantle to whoever the, next in line best hunter was. We'll just hand it to you because you're back now. Nothing escapes your gaze now, after all, isn't that right? Wait, so you're not shocked I have glasses? So you knew about glasses this whole time, and it's not really, weird that I have them? So you knew about them and never thought to, suggest that to me? We taught him wrong, as a joke. Thank you, Shishepia. Shishepia. It's settled. You'll return home with me, and finally our village can breathe a sigh of relief. And it would be remiss of me not to thank you properly, Kilrath, for assisting Queeky Koiki. Koiki? I don't know. In reclaiming the Dreamweave cocoon, you have my heartfelt gratitude. I was little more than a liar and a hypocrite when we first met, but during our time together I discovered that I'm so much more than that. That with the right tools, even I could become a hunter worthy of following Anitoka's footsteps. Truly grateful to you for helping me see that. Farewell for now, Kilrath. I hope that one day our paths may cross again. And that's the end of that chapter. Now we see what our final quest is. I will probably separate this on YouTube so it's 2 separate videos, but so this will be me signing off for the monk quest. Picking up the torch. What an old adversary. Yep, there's all those peoples who I've been helping. So yeah, I will sign off for now from, on YouTube at least, from the Melee DPS storyline. When next you see me, it will be for the final part of the storyline.